Hey, this your girl, msyelladiva. I'm bringing you the last episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode 21, Reunion Part 3. All right. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome. We do reviews here. This is the Diva Nation, okay? And if you are returning, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. All right now, give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and we will begin. First and foremost, I want to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. Happy Mother's Day from msyelladiva. Okay. All right, so let's get into this last part of this reunion. So basically, the last part is we got a little bit of Bose and Amanda going back and forth, but most of it is Dorit, Kyle, and Erica. That's basically the bottom line on this. Okay. So Erica is mad because Dorit told her that she got to save her job. She said, when I told you that I want you to participate and do something else, I shouldn't. I didn't realize you was gonna be a fucking cunt doing this, okay? When she told you that you gotta participate this season, okay? So Dorit said, Erica said that hurt her. And Kyle said that hurt me too, but she ignored Kyle. She don't give a shit about Kyle. She ignored Kyle and told Erica that if you would have said to me how you feel, then I would have apologized to you. But she said that Erica said that about her and Kyle at Anne Marie's party, I guess a couple seasons ago, when Erica was going through her divorce, and so she told everybody at Anne Marie's party that nobody was there for her when she was going through her problems too. So because that beautiful being footage would let us know. So and then Erica had a different face back then too. If you look at it, she had a different face. So okay, so anyway, but Andy was like, okay, well, Dorit, do you want to apologize to Erica? And Dorit said, apologize for what? Andy, apologize for what? Then she said, I did apologize. And Andy was like, did you? Yeah, she said, this is what she said now. She said, if Erica would have told me, I would have understood. She said, but I'm sorry, that I made you feel that way. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Dorit, I rewound that. And you didn't say anything like that. You did not say anything like that. I done got the reunion part 1 through 3 on DVR. And I looked through all those situations. Dorit, you ain't say none of that. Why the fuck you lying? Okay. Why you always lying? You ain't say none of that, Dorit. Okay, you still listen. I still support you, but you ain't say none of that. None of it. Okay, we gonna keep going on. Okay. So then Dorit said that Sutton rooming with Amanda was so she can get in good with Kyle. Okay. Sutton said, back it up, back it up, back it up. Sutton said, somebody had the room with Amanda, okay? That's the problem. Somebody had the room with Amanda, okay? She said that they were going to put her and Jennifer together, but Sutton was like, first of all, Sutton, I've been here for a while, so I don't know, understand why I got a room with somebody, and definitely not Jennifer, because Jennifer is a major star, you know. She's she Hollywood royalty. Why she gotta share a room with me? Okay. Second of all, they wanted Amanda to share a room with Natalie. Okay, because they both are new there. Okay, so they were gonna share a room with her. Natalie was like, "Oh hell to the nizzle." Okay, and Natalie said, "I travel with a vibrator." Okay, so it's gonna be real noisy around there. But I need to know. I need to know what vibrator you like do you have a bunch of vibrators, or do you just have one? Do you okay? How you get those through customs, or through the little thing? Do you carry them in your purse or something? Okay, so I just need to know how you get them, through through security and stuff, or do you carry them and pack them in your bag? So that your overnight bag, that you check. I just want to know, okay? And do you carry multiple? Do you carry like a rose, a little bullet? Do you carry a rabbit? Do you carry? I just want to know. Do you get one that get all of it? Like the ones that go like this and look like get to the look. I need to know. I just need to know. Come, let me know, Natalie. Give me a call. Give me a message. Give me a DM or something like that. I just need to know. What do you carry multiple vibrators? I just need to know. Do you carry a dildo too? I'm just curious, okay? I'm just curious. But Kathy over here talking to Rachel over there whispering and stuff like that. They laughing because Kathy was like, yeah, she said she gonna jack off. I said, God, she ain't gonna jack off. She's just gonna pleasure herself. See, that's different. You can't say she gonna jack off, because that's what men do. Okay? She gonna pleasure herself. See, you gotta have the right terminology, Kathy. You gotta have the right terminology. You just gonna pleasure herself. Okay, she ain't gonna jack off. That's what men do. This jacking off. She just gonna pleasure herself. Okay? Golly, Kathy. You old school though. You old school. Anyway, so Dorit also call Sutton a social climber. Okay, and Sutton was like, I don't have no reason to social climb, and da da da. And then Andy was like, well, he was like, well, Rachel has been to the Met Ball quite a few times, so they put up all these pictures with her in the Met Ball. Then Bowles was like, hold on, I've been to the Met too. She will not be denied. Okay, I've been to the Met too. She probably been once, but Rachel been like 2-3 times, because they had 2 or 3 outfits. Okay, for Rachel. Now, if she changed clothes, then, and she took pictures, and if she been there once, but she done changed clothes, that's one thing. But they only put one picture of Bowles on there, so she was probably invited one time. I don't know. It don't matter. I don't care nothing about the Met, no way. But moving on. So, but Dorit apologizes to Sutton for calling her a social climber. And then Sutton was like, I accept your apology. And then Dorit said, you bought that apology? And I think, I think Dorit was saying, you bought that apology because before, Sutton kept saying like, are you really sorry? Are you really sorry? Are you really? Okay. So I think that's the reason why Dorit said that you bought that apology, because obviously you ain't buying none of the other apologies she said to you. But now, since we on a reunion and we not filming, she apologized, and then she said, oh, so you bought that apology. You ain't buying none of the rest of my apology, but you bought that apology. Okay. So that's what I thought it was. Let me know, comment below if you thought it was something different, but that's what I thought it was. You bought that apology. You ain't bought no other apology but that one. So that's what I thought. We gonna move on. They go to Bo's package. She gonna have 2 weddings. And they gonna give her a bachelorette party. So that's gonna be on next season. They gonna give her a bachelorette party. And so they were talking about her fertility journey. She was gonna do another round of IVF, and if that doesn't take, she may be doing a donor egg. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a donor egg. Because then you really don't have no claim to this baby. It's gonna be homeboy sperm and somebody else egg, but you can still love them. I would just rather do adoption and than do a donor egg. I just rather do adoption. That way you know that is, that's somebody else's child, because then I'll be feeling like that's somebody else's child. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about donor egg. I don't know. But she said that they'll do adoption if need be. So, it is what it is. Anyway, Bo said, Andy said that Bo said that Amanda was good at scamming on Watch What Happens Live. But she apologized to Amanda. She said she was just upset at that time. And, she was just, being mean. So she apologizes to her. And then Amanda said, well, you said that I wouldn't love my stepkids. The love of my stepkids is questioned, something like that. And so, Bo said, I didn't say that you didn't love your stepkids. And so Amanda was like, well, you said something about having 2 moms. And Bo, they did the beautiful bean footage. And Bo said something similar to that. She was just like, I can't have, Lael calling somebody else moms. There can only be one mom, and that's me. Okay, so but her situation is different because her husband died. Okay, and so Lael only really has one mother, and that's Bo's. Okay, so on the other hand, homeboy I forgot Amanda's deadbeat her deadbeat husband. And her words, not mine, okay? Because she always talking about how he don't make that much money as much as her and all that other stuff. So he the deadbeat. His ex-wife, okay? So his kids. So, he married again, or however, he may not have been married. I don't know. But so it's totally different, but in both. I think I just went off on all the tangents as soon as I said the man is deadbeat. Okay, we're gonna leave all that alone. Basically, you know, Leo ain't gonna call nobody else mom, okay, because her daddy dead. Okay, so that so her situation is totally different than Amanda's. Okay, Amanda, they can have two moms. Okay, she can have a stepmom or a bonus mom and a real mom. Okay, yeah, totally different. Okay, but I think that was implied that she said that it can only be one mom. Yeah, they don't. It can only be one mom for layout. Shit, it's you. Okay, so whatever. Moving on. Doris package. Um, Dorit said, Kyle, did you go into this season with a purpose to make me look bad? And then Erica was like, you don't really believe that, do you, Dorit? And so Dorit was like, yeah. She said, Kyle said I was manic, I was erratic, and I'm going through a divorce, and that don't look good when I'm going through a divorce, because PK can use that in divorce, talking about, she erratic and manic and stuff, so we need to take the kids from her, okay? So that's the reason why Dorit thinks that Kyle was trying to make her look bad, and then she's thinking like, is she trying to make me look bad because she friends with PK, and so PK has a hand in this, or is she just trying to make me look bad to get me off the show? Okay, or she just being mean. Well, Dorit don't know, okay? But Kyle was like, well, first of all, that was a wrong choice of words, erratic and things like that. She said, but this is Kyle. But Bo said something too. Bo said something too. Okay. Boo, tomato, tomato. Okay, Kyle. Boo, tomato, tomato. Okay. Bo said something too. So then they go to the beautiful bean footage where Bose is basically telling Dorit that Kyle has her best interest at heart. You just got to give her a chance. She said that to her like on three occasions, that she's supporting Kyle about her friendship with Dorit. 3 separate occasions, but that last occasion when Kyle didn't show up to the book cover. Okay, then she start questioning herself, like, maybe I shouldn't be maybe I should be supporting Kyle, because she ain't even come to this lady book cover. Okay. So, but she defended Kyle all the way up until that book cover party. Okay. Andy said Dorit thinks that everybody wants to kiss up to Kyle, and Dorit was like, yeah, because they think that Kyle can get them off the show. She said that's what Erica thinks, and so and Erica was like, "Who you talking to me? And I don't think I said that." And then Kyle was like, "That's not true. I would have got people off the show a long time ago." Well, I think that probably is true. I think that probably is true. Or, you make it so hard for them that they don't want to be part of it. Dorit. Okay, we don't know. But Dorit said, I'm tired of having to defend myself constantly. Kyle was like, you come and you say, come talk to me, but then you rude, and you be mean to us. But Kyle, it's only hold for true for you. When you talk to Dorit, she don't see it for you, okay? Everything you say, she contradicts it, okay? So it only holds true for you, okay? I don't know why Dorit can't stand you, okay? But it only holds true for you. It don't hold true for nobody. It don't even hold true for Sutton, okay? For Sutton. Now, Sutton, I think she can't stand Kyle first, and then Sutton real close to her, real close. But she listen. You will tell her something, and she'll snap the shit out of you. But then come and Bose will say the same thing, and then she'll agree with Bose. I get it. I saw it. I know. I witnessed all of that. But Kyle, on the other hand, you were talking about her behind her back to everybody. Everybody, okay? You was talking about her behind her back. So she is correct in saying that. You are correct in saying that she treats everybody better than you. Y'all both correct. Two things can be true at one time, okay? But she said, you say come talk to me and everything, and then you do this. And Dorit was like, she said, but I said, don't talk about me behind my back. I said, damn. Damn. Oh my God. Don't talk about me behind my back. Damn. Okay. Oh. And so, Erica was like, well, do you really mean it? And she was like, no, I'm a cold hard fucking cunt. Yes, I mean it. I was like, oh shit. Okay. All right then. Okay. But then Erica's still talking about how she mad about her trying to say, saying that she need to save her job. Erica said, basically, she said, fuck this entire situation. And so Dorit apologized to Erica, and then Erica says, thank you. But then Kathy was like, and Kathy ain't said, I don't think she said two words except for to cackle with Rachel next to her. But I don't think she said two words. But she did say this. She said that you are only concerned with Erica. Okay? Erica's feelings. She said, and not Kyle. And Kyle, it was looking all pitiful over there. She said, you only concerned about Erica's feelings. You ain't concerned about Kyle's feeling. What's the problem? She said. She said because she was friends with PK or something. She was like, I don't know what the problem is. And so Dorit was like, because she has been talking about me behind my back, telling people I am erratic and things like that. And when I'm going through a divorce with PK, and he could use that against me. Okay, so she really didn't answer why she's still mad. I mean, I don't know what it is between her and Dorit, between Kyle and Dorit. Because Kathy said the same thing. I don't, you only concerned with Erica's feelings. You ain't even concerned about what Kyle's doing. But Kyle also said that they weren't friends. They ain't been friends in 2 years. So I don't have the slightest notion what is going on. But I know they ain't friends. Okay, so but Kyle was like, you only want yes people around you. She talking to Dorit. You only want yes people around you. and I can't be a yes person. And so Erica was like, I just want the old Dorit back. And so Dorit said, yeah, I want the old Erica back too. And so Erica was like, well, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break with this friendship and things like that. So then Dorit, okay, Dorit said, well, she said somebody said something very potent, very important to this friendship. She said, "You'll find out. You'll find who your real friends are when what? Okay, here, let me try this again. You'll find who your friends are when things are not easy. Okay, when things are difficult." You'll find who your true friends are. I said, ooh, okay. She said, so I'll come back also. So she said, so you'll come back when things are easy, because when things are difficult, you go away and you don't want to have anything to do with me. And so when things are easy, you'll come back. And that's exactly what she said. And I said, oh, okay. Okay. All right now. Tell tell them about themselves, Dorit. Okay, you ain't real friend if you are you ain't a real friend if you ain't a friend when they going through some stuff. You are not a true friend, and I think that's what she's saying. But Erica actually was the one who said it. So basically, she telling her the same thing that she said already when she was going through her divorce. That you'll find your who your true friends are. When things are not easy. Okay, but Dorit stuck around when things were not easy, and through your divorce. But you're not sticking around for her. Mm. That's some bars there. Okay, so anyway, Erica was like, that's just how I feel. Okay, and so they both decided to take a break. All right, so the end was um uh what's the name? Andy said, what y'all manifesting for this year? So Dorit was like, I'm manifesting a moment, because Amanda had a moment for everything. This is the moment. They had a manifesting moment. You are the moment, So she said, we're gonna manifest the moment. Jennifer wants to win the main event in poker, so she's manifesting that. Go for it. Good luck, Jennifer. Okay. Erica, she wants to manifest the end of her old life and to, start a new life. But, she got to manifest, not being sued by all of these people. Okay. And, well, basically, she is sued, and she needs a judgment in her favor, not in the other people's favor. Okay, that's what she should have said, manifesting, because she can get rid of her old life, but if she got to pay $25 million, she gonna take that into the new life. You don't want that, boo. Sutton is trying to manifest a man. You need to tell the universe what kind of man, because they'll send you some raggedy ass shit. Okay, but whoever they send you, don't get married to them so you can keep your alimony. Use them as a plaything. Thank you very much, Sutton. Okay, Rachel just want a man to make out with. Okay, there you go, Rachel. Okay, Sutton, you need to tell them what kind of man you want. Okay, Rachel says she want a man to make out with. Okay, you gotta be specific on what kind of man you want. Rachel said she just want a man to make out with. Okay, that's it. Okay, all right. Bo said she don't want to hear the word manifesting again. There you go. That was it. That was all. So that's the end of Beverly Hills until next season. Okay, give me a thumbs up. Like and share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, y'all.